Rainin's River by Chloe Applegate. Is it the cold handlebars of my rusty mountain bike that brings me back to my harsh reality, or the way the sky is gray and forbidding looking? The sky suggests rain, but rain will not come. It won't tumble down from the clouds that seem to be following me. It won't pool around the dirty cars that line the cracked street, splattering their windows with gentle tears. The clouds reflect the color of the ashen gray gravestone I see when I black out. I leave this world and I am swept into another one, a world of mystery. The gravestone is one of a stranger, a sensation I have never felt. But a familiar token remains, my last name, accompanied by a first name I have never heard. These visions I have, my mother suspects they are a curse. She says that my father probably caused them, poisoning me with dreadful thoughts in my early years. Despite the pain my father has caused my mother and I over the years, I am mystified by the fact of discovering him. My grandma, a very irritable woman, says I look just like the man. My dark hazel eyes, the way my nose is tilted ever so slightly to the left, the one blonde streak in my brown hair, and how I always seem to glow with a faint brown light. As I pedal home, the wind howling at my back, I think of my mother's sunken face, the disappointment in her eyes when she sees me. I know she is faded, just like the peeling yellow paint in our rundown home. Normally her depressed look would keep me away, and I had pedaled down to the small creek that skirts the woods. I would pause to take off my shoes, then walk into the creek, still cold from the unforgiving winter. The frigid water would run over my sore feet, washing away the dirt from the past days. I would spend hours in my little creek, hiding from the truth, regretting when I'd have to walk my bike home, gravel from the old, torn-up road nipping at my exposed ankles. But today I will not stop. I won't experience the shiver that goes up my body when I step into the river. Our blue house greets me with the noise of creaking floorboards and the gentle sound of hushed voices. I follow their sound that plays through my head. The whispers are coming from our living room. As I tiptoe down our hallway lined with pictures full of smiling faces and glossy eyes, I can't help but wonder who has come to visit us. Perhaps it is my father, coming to apologize for the pain he has caused us. As I draw into the door of our living room and peer into it, I see that our visitor is indeed not my father, but an old woman covered in necklaces made of animal bone and tattered cloth. Her dirty long hair that flows in gentle curls to her shoulders is the color of frost on a window. She speaks in a kind voice, but it also has power. The woman stands out, and it seems as if this is her crumbling house, not ours. She has settled herself in a faded leather chair, a giant in the small dimly lit room. A steaming cup of tea offered to the woman by my mother sits untouched on a painted coffee table, its carving designs dull and uninteresting. I notice the fear in my mother's eyes, her confidence and faith in me vanishing. She knows I would much rather be by the rushing creek rather than in our awkward home. I step back into the shadows, afraid to make eye contact with anyone in the room, but my presence does not go unnoticed. The woman slowly turning her head to face the wall that I hide behind whispers, "Show yourself, child." How does the woman know I am here? Does she know I am afraid? Afraid to show my face? Afraid of what she will do? Slowly I come out from behind the wall. Mother frowns and opens her mouth to speak, but she is cut off by the woman. "Miss Darter, I would love some cookies." My mom, nodding slowly, gets up from the chair and exits the room, casting the woman a curious glance. "Sit, dear," she says, nodding to the chair that my mother sat in. As I sit down, I notice it is still warm, and its comforting feel keeps me from running out of this room, keeps me from leaving my mother alone with this woman, whose presence washes over the room, making it feel dark and cold. The fire, crackling in its stone boundaries, gives one last pop, sending hot cinders scattering, then goes out. The room without a light plunges into sudden darkness. A chill goes through my body, making me shiver. I can see the fright in your eyes, child. Know I'm here to help you. I will stop your blackouts. I can solve all your problems. My methods may be primitive, unusual, and may even fail, but I can help you. You may call me Cambria." I remained silent, not tempted to speak to this woman. "Give me your hand." I looked down at my blistered hand, tarnished and pale. I carefully placed it in hers. "Now we may start." She touches my hand, and I feel a hot pain working its way up my arm. I close my eyes and clench my teeth, then pull away. I do not have to put up with this. I stand up, look at Cambria, and then storm out of the silent room. I do not need this, nor do I need Mother. On my way out the door, I pass her. She looks at me, a plate of cookies in her shaking hands, the chocolate chips in them still melting. Her blue eyes are full of despair. I am leaving, just like my father left her. I run into the woods that surround our home. Tears stream down my face, gathering in makeshift pools. I blame him, the man who left us years ago. If he had stayed, life would have been better for us. We would not have to deal with the glances that people cast us when we walk in town, the names other children called me when I was in the first grade and still do. I hear Mother and Cambria behind me. My mom puts a hand on my back. "He loves you. The gravestone is his." I let myself fall back, pine needles digging into me. I look at the sky, as blue as ever, birds streaking across it. I am free.